Yeah, so let's look at some of the reflections. Disha, I think this is yours. So you want to read it for us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Today's session was very educational and engaging. Sir, नीचे चला है.
Engaging. Go ahead, you're on mute now.
नी-
No, you've gone on mute again. Disha, gone on mute. Somebody else wants to read? Don't know what's happened to Disha. Somebody else wants to read? Manisha?
Yes, sir.
Disha, you're back now. Do you want to read?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
It was very engaging. Today we dived into chapter 6, Sweet Spring, from Journal to Rail's book, and met Theodore Stephanidis' journal Charles Teacher. Highlights. We discovered the interesting trapdoor spider Tanisa and its amazing silk-lined brows. Sir, can you scroll?
Can't see.
Theodore's calm, patient, and knowledgeable nature was inspiring. He treated journal like an equal. Brinda ma'am also asked us to collect some superstitions, which made the session more interesting. Example: sneezing twice before leaving the house is considered bad and means losing money, while an farm means gaining money. Throwing near the house means guests may arrive. Please scroll. A big thank you to all the teachers for organizing the session for today's class and look forward to the next one. Thank you. Disha 5th.
Okay, now I understand what happened because I was actually showing you Yuvraj's reflection, and that's why you're waiting for me to scroll down. Okay, got it. I didn't understand that. I thought I was showing you yours, but it actually just Yuvraj. Okay, uh, let's see. What do we have next? Aditya. Aditya there. Is Aditya there? Yeah, I can't see. Okay, okay. Then, so that's an interesting. Yes, Astitya. Oh, okay, you put your hand down. I thought you wanted to say something. Okay, so let's do earlier page. Okay. Akansha, do you want to read what you wrote? Akansha Rai.
Akansha was there. I saw her.
Hmm.
Akansha, are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Good morning.
Okay. Morning. Morning. Morning.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In
Read what
today's
you.
readings, yeah, I'm reading.
Yeah.
In today's reading session with Brinda ma'am, we read the chapter A Treasure of Spiders from My Family and Other Animals. The chapter beautifully shows how curiosity and close observation of nature can turn even small discoveries into exciting learning experiences. Listening to the discussion made me appreciate how passion and patience can help us understand the world around us more deeply. Along with the reading, Myra shared her review of the book Atomic Habits. Her explanation about how small things can lead to big changes really caught my attention and motivated me to read the book myself. It made me realize that improving ourselves does not always require big actions. Even small and consistent efforts can make a difference. Further, Jugjeev sir spoke about the importance of physical movement and the development of good daily habits. His words reminded me that discipline, healthy routines, and staying active are essential for both our mind and body. Overall, today's session was not just about reading a chapter, but about learning how curiosity, habits, and physical well being together shape a better life and a stronger personality.
You. What do we have? Ishika. Is Ishika there? Ishika there? Okay. Would somebody else like to read? Or
So can
Ishika's.
I read? So can I read?
Whoever said. Um, I can't see who said, but go ahead.
Okay, sir. Today I attended the Good School session. First, Brinda ma'am had a brief discussion about superstitions, during which many students shared various superstitions they had heard about. After that, the session with Manisha ma'am began. It started with Myra's book review of Atomic Habits. I have already read this book and I think it is amazing. Then, Manisha ma'am conducted a short quiz based on reading reflections. After that, she told a very interesting story about a school surrounded by a deep forest. The story was very engaging and enjoyable. Overall, the session was amazing and very interesting. Ishika saying.
Okay. Thanks, Myra. Okay. Then we have PYDS. Very nicely presented. Who's here from PYDS would like to read this? Anybody here from PYDS wants to read this? Anybody PYDS wants to read this? Oh,
PYDS, do you wish to, somebody from Kudkul Youth Development?
okay. So somebody else? Who else? Ifra? Who else? Anybody else wants to volunteer? Read?
Yes, sir. Can I read?
Yes, Ifra, go ahead.
Topic Make Readers' Life Simpler by Karthik sir. Summary. Sir taught us how to write a better review. Sir also taught us about essential elements that should be in a review. He showed us a review that he had written on one of the books by Arun Shah. Then he gave us a review to write on a story. Overall, this session was incredible and full of learning. Topic What you are looking for is in the library by Jugjeev sir. This was a Japanese story in which there was a boy named Ryo. He had a girlfriend named Hina. She liked to cook food, especially fish, and she loved to eat it. From this story, I learned how to improve our imagination. Smriti Dhyani, 7th B, PYDS Learning.
Who wants to read the next one? Talat?
Can
Yes, go ahead.
topic Importance of Review Writing by Karthik Sir. Summary. In today's session, Karthik Sir taught us how to write a better review. He also taught us about essential elements of review writing. He showed us a overview written by him for the books by Anu Shan.
Arun Shah.
He Anusha. He then gave a review to write a story. Overall, this session was great as it was full of learning. Name Ayushi, class 7th.
Thank you, Talat. Okay, Abha. Anytime I see Abha also is coming in on a separate connection versus P by DS. Is Abha there? Oh, okay. Somebody else wants to read?
Sir, may I read?
So,
Sorry, who wants to read?
So somebody from PYDS raised the hand. Yes, you may.
Please. Yes, love it.
Good morning, teachers. Topic 22 Feb 2026. Topic Communication Skills by Karthik Sir. The session was very interesting. Karthik Sir explained that communication is two-way process. Body language is very important. He explained we should make eye contact with their voice. He
Clear.
also told good listening. Yes, sir.
clear.
He also told good listening is also important. He also told us that confidence improves communication. Abha Yadav, Class 8 PYDS Learning Academy.
Okay, do you know Abha? She's in your school. Okay, the next one. If Ritika's there, that'll be great, but otherwise, anybody else? Anybody else? It worked very well from the school at PYDS, so please go ahead. Do this again.
Yes, you may, PYDS. Better please let us know your name. Who's reading this?
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Dipanshu Gaur.
Go
Good
ahead.
morning.
Topic How to Write Good Review by Karthik Sir. This session taught me how to write good review. Karthik Sir explained that good review should have facts about the book and your own thoughts. He also tell us about to pick catchy titles. Short discussion about minerals, information on Japanese style rooms, a brief mention of a book called Atomic Habits, which is forming good habits. School PYDS Learning Academy, name Ritik, 8th A.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Just one question. Are you all sitting together today for this book reading session?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you please open your camera? I just want to take a screenshot. Is that possible?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not visible. Okay, if it is not possible, what you can do is like you can click your picture and send it to me. You can tell your teacher in charge that click your picture sitting and
My camera is not working.
नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा आप अपने टीचर को बोलिए वो आपकी पिक्चर क्लिक करके दे आर गोइंग टू सेंड इट टू
Yes, ma'am. Akriti ma'am will send you.
या प्लीज थैंक यू
Akriti
सो
is there? Okay, that's good. So, the purpose of getting you to write reflections is really that it'll make you think about the subject a bit more and also improve your communication. Written communication is also very important, and I know that Karthik's going to cover it in I think what the 29th. 29th he's going to come back and he's going to talk a little bit about written communication on the 29th. So different different reflections bring out different points, and that's the point of reading all of them. And I think it's also sort of reminder for all of us. And I can tell you based on my own experience that what Karthik is sharing with us all is his own experience distilled down to the basics. So these are very, very valuable sessions, and if you miss them, it would be worth your while to go into our YouTube channel and have a look at them because they'll serve you in very good stead. Okay, so uh, also the last time we got Maya to talk a little bit about atomic habits. The idea is, and I mean, one of the things I wanted to happen was other people get inspired, get to know a good book, and that's what happened, right? We heard uh, another child saying, I'm sorry, I forget the name, but it was there in the reflection that she also thinks it's a good book and she wants to read it. So that's the idea that we learn from each other. So I really encourage any of you who've read a book and want to review the book, you want to write about it, you want to talk about it, make a presentation about it, I really encourage you uh, to do that. So think about it, think about what you may want to present, and we'd be happy to do it today, happy to do it next time, anytime, any session, we'd happy to do that for you. So Manisha ma'am, let's get going with the book that I was reading. What you're looking for is in the library. Uh, and I know that many of you may have missed what we read last time. So let me try and see if I can see what we read and give you a quick summary. Broadly, we're reading about Rio. Rio uh, is in the accounts department of a of a furniture company, and he's good at his work. And in fact, he has to do part of his job, boss's job, because the boss is not up to date with the current software. And he also has an assistant who's not exactly focused on work. So he ends up doing other people's work. As one of the reflections said, he has a girlfriend, Hina. Rio has a passion for antiques. His dream is to open an antique shop. Hina and he met on a beach. Hina has this hobby of making things from glass, which has come on seashores, and she's got several other hobbies, and the mineral piece of it, which also written one of the blogs. Uh, is she's showing interest in minerals now, and so that's how they went to the community center, and that's where Rio went into the library, and the librarian who we met earlier in the earlier chapter with Tomoka gave him a book to read on worms, and he couldn't understand why she did that. It's called How Do Worms Work? And so that's one thing that happened last time. And what else happened last time? So yeah, we learned a little bit about Hina's family. Also, yeah, I think that is yes. So there was a small incident that happened, which will come up again this time. Is that uh, his assistant, Rio's assistant, was leaving work, and there was a deadline for a particular report to be submitted, and he just asked her to stay back and finish that report. So much against her own wishes, she stayed back and finished that report. Okay, let's take it from there. Today is the final day of an antique fair being held at a department store in Shinjuku Ward. Okay, I just want to tell you that we will try and talk about some of the things that happen in the story. So just please pay attention on how people are feeling, what decisions they're making. Just think, you just put yourself in their position. What would you do? How would you react? And we'll talk about these type of things. Okay. To my relief, I arrived 1 hour before closing time. Pottery, pictures, scrolls, and various curios line the exhibition space. This kind of stock never sells out, which is why these fairs often look more like an exhibition than a sales event. Basically, antiques are hard sell. Hard sell? What does hard sell mean? Anybody? What does hard sell mean? Hard sell, difficult to sell. Right? Why are they difficult to sell? Why do you think antiques are difficult to sell? Anybody? Why are antiques difficult to sell? Think about it. What is an antique? Why is it difficult to sell?
Because it's too expensive.
Yeah, possibly. It'll probably be maybe expensive, and also you have to have an interest, right? Why would you sort of buy an antique, right, and keep it in your house, right? You have to have an interest in the area, right? So I would imagine for both those reasons, you have to have an eye, you have to have an interest, probably expensive. Yeah. But simply looking is enough for me. I think to myself, somewhat ironically. Okay, what is ironically? What is ironically? Very interesting word used in many different contexts. Anybody? What
Something
is
that is abstract in contrast.
uh, yeah, it's contrast. Yeah. I mean, it is. It's not how you expect things to be, right? In fact, I googled this.
Irony is like it is a deceptive, sir, in
Yes, yes, yes.
situations
That's the
or
point.
in.
It's. So let me give you read it out for you. Ironically, is an adverb used to describe situations that are strange, funny, or interesting because they contradict expectations. So that's the point. You've got the heart of it, which is it contradicts what you think, right? Or to indicate a sarcastic tone. Okay, it often highlights unexpected outcomes, such as ironically, the fire station burned down, right? Quite funny, right? Ironically, the fire station burned down. The synonyms include paradoxically, sarcastically, curiously, and strangely. And I'm sorry, I know for some of you, these words that I'm using to explain ironically may also be tough, but I think you get the general idea based on what Deepika said. I think to myself, somewhat ironically, as my eyes linger longingly on an old Imari ceramic pot. Imari is a Japanese style porcelain. If I had my own shop, what kind of daily sales average would I need in order to remain profitable? After deductions for rent, utilities, office supplies, and so on have been made, and there would be tax to pay as well. Once I begin running through the list in my mind, the only conclusion I can come to is that owning my own shop is a practical impossibility. Oi, Rio, is that you, Rio? I turn around to see a middle aged man with long, wavy, permed hair standing behind me. What is permed hair? You understand permed? Wavy, permed hair. Right? Any girls get their hair permed, right? Some of them get it straightened, right? So it's basically getting some sort of
Now
curls in your
nobody
hair.
gets it permed. They
Nobody
all get
gets it
straight.
permed? Oh, okay, you get it
They all
straightened?
get it straight.
Oh, okay. He wears a shocking pink jacket with a bright green floral pattern. Now just think about it. Shocking pink jacket with a bright green floral pattern. It takes me a few seconds to recall the face. Mr. Nasuda, the very same. Wow, you've got a good memory, Rio. Mr. Nasuda had been a regular at Enmukuya. So Enmukuya is the antique store that Rio first visited when he was in school. And he kept going there because he got interested in antiques from there and he bought the spoon which you'll come across, I'm sure, going forward again. But so he that's how his interest in antiques developed by visiting that shop. But that shop shut down, and we'll just find out why. The only son of a real estate agent, he had lived in a large three-story house on the same road and dabbled in various pursuits while also assisting his father. Pursuits, different types of things. Okay. He liked to call himself the prodigal son. Prodigal means wasteful. In fact, he was very fond of using that phrase. He was in his 20s when I knew him and was aged and has aged in the past 20 years, predictably enough, but his liking for psychedelic fashion appears unchanged. And that was how I remember. The psychedelic are patterns that, make you feel a little dizzy. They can sort of distort your sensory perceptions. It's sometimes you see something. I mean, the way I visualize it is, if you see black and white, very lots of black and white, lots of black and white, very close to each other, it sort of sometimes your head spins. So that's what psychedelic means. You did a great job recognizing me, I should say. You haven't changed one bit, Rio. Still as jumpy as ever. The comment stings, but nostalgia wins out. It's coming back to me now. He always was like this. He was always like this. So, what do you do now, Rio? Oh, I'm just an ordinary office worker. What about you, Mr. Nasuda? So, what do you think about Rio calling himself an ordinary office worker? What is your thought on this? Do you have any thought at all? He calls himself an ordinary office worker. मैं आपको कह रहा है कि मैं तो एक आम फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट में काम करने वाला कर्मचारी हूँ. What does it do? Right? If you said to yourself, I'm just a ordinary school student, what will it do? What does it do to you? Anybody? Think about it. What does it do? Who wants to try?
Sir,
It could mean undermine.
Sorry, who was that?
Sir, it could mean undermining ourselves or demoralizing and just setting limits to ourselves that we can not do more than that.
Yes. So, you've captured it very well, Asdip. So, where are you from?
Sir, Sunbeam Ayodhya.
Okay, great. Oh, welcome. Nice to have you, Ayodhya children here. So, absolutely. He is undermining himself, right? And I want to tell you that if there is anything you take away from today, please take away that watch what your inner voice is saying to you. Okay. A really large percentage of the time, our inner voice is actually pulling us down. Okay, and that's driven by the fact that the brain wants to keep you safe. But be conscious of your inner voice and contradict it when it's pulling you down. Okay, so I hope you understood that. Be conscious of your inner voice, what you're telling yourself. मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, मैं ये नहीं कर सकती. आपको कहना है मैं ये नहीं कर सकती अभी, मैं अभी ये नहीं कर सकती, मैं अभी ये नहीं कर सकता. आप आगे कर पाएंगे. तो आप कह नहीं सकते कि मैं नहीं कर सकती, मैं नहीं कर सकता. Okay. Be very, very conscious of what your inner voice is telling you. Okay. And when you become conscious, you will realize that most of the time it is negative. because the brain is trying to keep you safe. You have to rise above this. If you're conscious, you will figure it out. And when the voice changes to positive, the world will change. Okay. Oh, I'm just an ordinary prodigal son. He hands me a business card from the bag slung over his shoulder. The card lists three job titles: design and renovation consultant, real estate planner, and space consultant. I don't really understand it, but I do get the gist that he is involved with various property related affairs. So it's been years, hasn't it? It's been hell of a it was hell of a shock when Inverkoya closed down all of a sudden. Yes, it really was. The cops paid a visit to our place at that time. It was a big thing. The police? My heart began thumping. All this time, I was worried that Mr. Ebigawa had fallen ill or become accidentally caught up in some kind of trouble. Apparently, Mr. Ebigawa got into hot water and did a runner owing big money. Did a runner owing big money? He basically ran away because he was in debt. My heart sinks. This was the thing I'd feared hearing most. More than sickness or any kind of trouble, instantly my fantasy world feels besmirched. Besmirched is dirty, discolored. I never thought he was making much money, Mr. Nasuda says bitterly. But he must have been desperate to do that. Disappearing like smoke, just like the name of the shop, hey? This confirms all my fears that opening a shop is a risky business, let alone an antique shop. You want a business card, Rio? I pull one out and give it to Mr. Nasuda. How about you? How about that? You work for Kishimoto, the furniture maker. I know the company. If there is anything I can be of help with, get in contact. I do all kinds of things. Did you hear about the Rivera showroom event? That was me. I organized it. The event had been sponsored by a major interior design company. It surprises me to learn he does proper business, but I can hardly say that, as it would sound rude. Being in the accounts department, I can't imagine having any reason to call him for his services. Mr. Nasuda's smartphone rings. He looks at the screen and gives a small exclamation. Let's have a drink sometime, he says to me, then turns to his phone and begins talking into it as he leaves the room. Okay, gives a small explanation. What could that be? Gives a small exclamation. Can anybody give me an example? Give a small exclamation. Come on, come on. I know all the older girls, boys know this. Very easy. Myra, small exclamation. Give an example. Astha, you know the answer to this. Astitva, you'll also know. Akansha, you'll know. Astha, you'll know. Come on, exclamation for the other children. Deepika, you'll know. Exclamation. What does a small exclamation mean? Talat, exclamation. Yes, okay, you can Google it and tell us. That works. Okay, meanwhile, while Talat is doing that, please think about, we've just read about Mr. Nasuda. What is your impression of Mr. Nasuda? What have you learnt about him? Mr. Nasuda, what have you learnt about him? Mr. Nasuda, what have you learnt about him? Right? He comes with got permed hair. He's wearing these shirts. He's wearing a, what was it? A pink jacket, right? With green, with some green design on it, right? Psychedelic fashion is what Rio associated him with. Right? Prodigal son, he calls himself. So what do you, I mean, what is your impression of him? What do you think? What kind of person is he?
So he's kind of an unique and interesting person as his interests are way different than what we would call normal or ordinary people. Even in sense of his passion, or he's interested in antiques, which normal people are not usually interested in.
Right, but right, I mean, he is obviously very different, and he's not, uh, and he is. Many of us, many times, want to do something, but we don't end up doing it scared. What will people say, right? He's clearly not worried about what people will say, right? He is comfortable with himself, and uh, as you said, I mean, he's unique and he's comfortable with, having his his own, the way he wants to dress, the way he wants to look. He's comfortable doing that, right? He's not concerned about what other people may think or not think, right? And if you just, he recognized Rio, the way he is discussing things, his card suggests that he is. I mean, he likes to build a network. He said, "Let's get together." So he's one of those who likes to build a network. He's an outgoing, a very outgoing type of extrovert and outgoing type of personality, right? I mean, there's no right or wrong or good or bad. It's just that's what he is, and he's not ashamed to project it. Right. Next morning, I wait until no one else is around to speak to Miss Yoshitaka. That's normally a good thing, right? When you want to tell something which may be sensitive, because you're doing it one on one. The previous night, I had checked the expenses report at home and verified that all the receipts and figures were in agreement. However, there was one receipt from Hosaka in sales that bothered me. A coffee shop receipt with a prominent patch of dried correction fluid on it. Yeah, I don't know if you all come across correction fluid now, but in the old days when you used to have typewriters, if you made a mistake in typewriting, many times they just put correction fluid, which is the white sort of fluid on it, and then could retype on that. And the number 1 written over it. If the amount visible underneath were correct, it would mean that there was an erroneous entry, the expenses report, resulting in an excess claim of 10 yen. Okay, how much is 10 yen in rupees? Anybody? 10 yen in rupees will be how much? 6 rupees, I think, if I remember right. Okay, so it's a small sum of money. The original amount had been written in ballpoint pen, but the number written over the patch of dried correction fluid is in water-based ink, and even the handwriting is different. It was hard to imagine the coffee shop during this, the coffee shop doing this. So, was it Hosaka or Miss Yoshitaka? Regarding this, I say, pointing at the receipt. Her face goes stony. Stony means expressionless, koi bhav nahi hai. The numbers don't match up, but only by just a bit, she says sullenly. Suddenly means with no sort of energy and depressed sort of way. It wasn't worth the trouble asking Hosaka to redo it. What's the problem anyway? It's only 10 yen. The company won't collapse. It's not good practice. I'll pay it then. Will that satisfy you? No, it won't. That's not the point. Honestly, what's the fuss? Moaning about a measly a little bit, 10 yen won't do you any favors with girls. It's not a question of the amount. My voice comes out so loud, I surprise myself. Miss Yoshitaka's face turns red and she looks away. I don't think she'd expected I would yell at her. Jerk, she spits out, then grabs her thing and leaves. Okay. So, what just happened here? Okay, there was a mess up in an expense sheet for 10 yen, which is 6 rupees. And Rio is saying that, she obviously overlooked it. She didn't think it was important because it's only 10 yen. But Rio thinks it doesn't matter what if it's 1 yen or 10 yen or 100 or whatever, but it's the principle that matters. Where do you all stand on it? What do you think? What do you all think? What is your thought on this? Are you with Rio? Are you with Miss Yoshitaka? What do you think? Expense sheet में अस्तित्व says with Rio. Okay, why अस्तित्व? Why are you with Rio?
So because it's about morality, as you said, it's not about the amount, it's about whether there is any discrepancy in the accounts or not. And if anyone is dismissing it, then it's obviously not correct. There is something else plotting there.
Okay. And what is Mrs. Yoshitaka's point around? What does she think about meaning?
She thinks that even if it's a less amount of money, then it doesn't matter. But even small amounts of money, even if it's 1 rupee or 2 rupees, every single amount somewhere matters.
Right. And her point is that it's only 10 yen. Now I will spend my time calling up this Hosaka, trying to figure out what happened, not happened. I mean, why waste our time? Just let it be. That's her attitude, her approach. Yes, Asta, you wanted to say something on this? Anybody else? Anybody who disagrees with Astitva and thinks that what Yoshitaka is saying is right? Anybody? Any thoughts? Okay, then we'll go on. After that, I'm on edge and cannot relax. The discussion hadn't gone well, and it worries me that Miss Yoshitaka has disappeared. Where did she go? My boss, Mr. Taguchi, is having the day off and is not around to help. Just as I'm starting to think that perhaps I should report the incident to personnel, they call me in. Department head looks harried. Harried is worried. Miss Yoshitaka has lodged a complaint about power harassment by you. She's threatening to quit. She what? She says you got in a rage when she accidentally spilled correction fluid and rewrote the wrong number. She thought you were going to hit her and was so afraid that she cried. Usually you're quiet, she says, but you change when two of you are alone, according to her. Anyone feels like crying, it's me. The injustice of it. I'm nearly exploding with anger and disgust. Accidentally spilled correction fluid? How dare she? It's true, I spoke loudly, but to say I was about to hit her is outrageous, a false accusation. However, there is no proof. Nothing I can do to prove my innocence. I'll look into the matter and discuss it with management, department head tells me. He folds his arms and says darkly, you do know the girl is the company president's niece, don't you? Taguchi is aware, but it might have been a good thing if he had told you too. When I arrive home, Hina is waiting. Hina is his girlfriend in my apartment with dinner ready. We're in the habit of spending Friday nights and all of Saturday together. Over the plate of delicious beef stew she has cooked, I can't stop thinking about earlier. I'm so fed up with my job. What am I doing there? Will I have to put up with this kind of thing until I retire? Unhappily biding my time in office doing a job that doesn't excite me. And on top of everything, come home and not be able to stop thinking about work. There is never any escape from the petty frictions and irritations of dealing with other people and having to come down on them about squaring the accounts and books. I might as well be at work right now. My job controls me, a job I don't want to be doing. Nevertheless, it is a worry that it might be under threat. Much as I dislike it, I depend on my job and desperately want to protect it. It has always been that way, and no doubt always will. Rio, you seem a bit low. Hina looks at me with concern. It's nothing. I'm busy at work, that's all. With bonus calculations and stuff, I tell her, glossing over the situation. Glossing over the situation means just putting a, it's like putting a cover over it or putting something under, throwing something under the carpet, just avoiding it, basically. Oh, you must be tired. She sets two glasses down on the table and then brings over a small bottle of wine. I reached my monthly sales target for the online shop today. There were some fantastic reviews as well. And so Hina, is his girlfriend. She asks him what's wrong, and he chooses not to tell her. Right? So, what do you think? What would you have done in this situation? Would you have told her, not told her? What are the pros and cons? Then we are then we are upset. Should we talk to somebody, not talk to somebody? What should we do?
We should talk.
What does that what do you do? You talk to somebody, what does it do?
We share our feelings, which we are thinking, and our thoughts, so we feel better.
Right. Absolutely, absolutely. So, but Rio doesn't. See, people are different, right? We just came across Nasuda. Mr. Nasuda was so different, right? So people are different and not so comfortable sharing. And Rio is like that. He's not, we've seen in the full chapter so far, he's not good at expressing himself, right? So he keeps things bottled up inside him, right?
Sir, what is the meaning of harassment?
What is the meaning of
Harassment.
harassment? Tang karna.
Okay.
Okay. In this context, it's like harassment basically means tang karna. Power has harassment in this as the expression is used is because uh, Rio is her boss. So, because of that, your position gives you some power, and then she's suggesting that he is misusing that power to trouble her. Okay. So Hina, Hina has set these glasses down of wine and brought a bottle of wine, and she said that there's fantastic reviews on her online shop as well. Off she goes, chatting happily away. I wish I could be like her, only ever doing work that I like, and not having to deal with idiots or worrying about financial insecurity. And whenever I make a tiny bit of money, getting all excited and opening a bottle of wine to celebrate. I know it's online, but it really feels like having my own shop. It's such a good feeling. Hey Rio, when you have your own antique shop, easy for you to say I cut her off. She flinches and looks shocked. I know I'm taking out my bad mood on her, but I can't help myself. Right? Do we do this also? We are in a bad mood and take it out on somebody else. Does that happen? Anybody? Does that happen? Want to share something? Happened with you, or you were on the other side and somebody is just taking their bad mood out on you? Any experiences, any thoughts? What do you think? It doesn't happen often? It doesn't happen?
It happens.
Happen. So, if you just think about what's happened so far, okay, let's read a little bit more, then we'll come back to it. I'm not like you, Hina. I can't take it easy having fun with my hobby. You don't have to worry if your online shop fails or you don't sell anything. It's not a hobby, Hina snaps. The vehemence of her reply startles me, and I look at her. Vehemence is with strong feeling. I'm not just fooling about playing shop. Maybe it looks that way to you, but I'm not. My head cools. Maybe I should apologize. But before I can say anything, Hina has jumped smartly to her feet. I'm going home. You seem tired today, Rio. I sit there, fists clenched, not moving, even when I hear the sound of the door shutting. I don't go after her. I've never felt so low. So you see how uh, this has become a habit with Rio. His mind is telling him what the right thing to do is, but he's just not able to do it. He's just not doing it, right? And many times that happens with us also in many different situations, right? So now, what do you think happened? I mean, I mean, what's happening here, and what should Rio be doing about it, right? So he had a problem in office, and he's home. He's sort of, you know, having dinner with his girlfriend, tasty food, all that stuff. But his mind is still somewhere else, right? And that happens to all of us. What should we try and do in such situation? What should we try and do? What do you think? Right? You take your bad mood out on somebody else. Happens many times, right? So what should Rio have done? What do you think? One thing, as Kavya suggested, he could have talked to Hina, right? But he didn't. But even before that, what could he have done? What do you think? Separate his personal and professional life. Yeah, but fair enough. So how would he separate this? How would he actually do it? How would he separate it as this?
By having some activity that relaxes him and makes him forget anything professional related or anything bad happened. Like his interest in antiques, he may search through them or visit any antique store to relax his mind.
Yeah. So certainly you can divert your mind onto something else as you're suggesting. But when you think about yourself, when you're very worried about something, you've diverted your mind for a while. Won't it come back after a while?
So we need to acknowledge it at some time. So if we can divert it for a little time, so it will give it an ease and upper hand on it while actually acknowledging and tackling the situation.
Yes, absolutely. That helps because then what happens when you give it time is you allow the logical part of your brain to come in and take charge versus the emotional part of your brain. So yeah, that's a very powerful idea. But I think the key words you use is tackle it, right? So sometimes it's like you can't go to sleep at night, right? Something is worrying you. If something that happens with me, what I try and do, and it works very well for me, is I make a short plan. Okay, how, as Astitva said, how will I tackle it? Now, the solution may not come then, but I say, okay, I will, this is what, this is what I need to do, and I'll do this tomorrow, or I will, talk to somebody, or I'll, I will think about it this time tomorrow, and I'll figure it out. So, you have to find a way to deal with this thing. Otherwise, it keeps lingering on and on and on, is the point I wanted to make. Anybody else? Any other thought on this? Any other thought? Any other way to deal with it?
Yes, it's like whatever you said is absolutely right. If we keep dragging one thing to the other end and keep thinking about the negative part every time, so thing is never sorted out. Our mind tells us to put a full stop, but our heart tells us उसने मुझे ऐसे क्यों बोला, why this has happened. So all the negativity is there. So the best thing is to put a full stop is stop thinking about that aspect and let it grow or move on. So thinking positive or thinking how am I going to deal with this matter so that the effect is basically neutral or positive. That is going to be the best setting.
Right. Thank you. Anybody else? Any other thoughts?
Like wherever from the situation he has gone from that, he should deal with them.
Yeah. So that was an office thing, and he should have probably made a plan. Okay, this is what's happened, and but the problem at that point of time, as the sister said, is that you're a little overwhelmed, right? When suddenly now this thing happened, he's not happy about it. HR calls him, I'll talk with him and say you take it up with management. So you're really worried and scared, right? Because you're also worried about his job, right? And it's like something like when you've done something wrong in school and you get hauled up, and the teacher says, I'm going to tell the principal, and so then you're really worried, right? Right. So let's talk about that. Anybody has been in that situation? What have you done? Anybody been in that situation, done something wrong, caught by a teacher? Teacher said, I'm going to tell the principal, or you've seen a friend go through it. How do they deal with it? Anybody? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Talat.
Sir, when I was once fought by my teacher because I had gone to the canteen area after the teacher's period. So I was caught by the uncle, and then he brought me to the teacher, and then she had taken me to the coordinator, and the coordinator also scolded me, but I was along with one friend, and the coordinator slapped that friend,
No.
my
So
friend.
how are you feeling? How are you feeling at that point of time? When the teacher was taking you to the coordinator, like how were you feeling?
I was feeling very scared because that was my first time.
Right. Right. Yes, it happens. Scared is very, obviously all of us get scared, right, when that happens as to what is going to happen. But this happened in a short time, so the full incident was over. Now, right, it happened in a short time because you got caught and whatever you were taken, and it happened immediately, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But just imagine if it hadn't, if the teacher said, I will take you to the coordinator tomorrow. Yeah, you'd have been scared. Then the question was, how do you deal with that feeling, uh, at night? And whether you carry it home, whether you tell your mother, how do you deal with it? So I mean, yours was relatively, it wasn't such a major thing you did wrong, right? but in this case, it can become a serious issue for Rio. He could lose his job, so he's worried. So it's something that he's the bigger issue, and so he's very worried about it. But I think the point making is natural to feel scared, but as that was suggested, I mean, you have to find a way to tackle it. Diverting your mind in the beginning is a good thing to get your control back, and then deal with, try and find to tackle it, and keep not let it interfere with what you're doing next. I read this thing, something which is, let me just very quickly share with you. The mindset of elite athletes. Okay, I'm talking of, let's say, a Virat Kohli. I'm talking of Duplantis, right? If you read, he broke his own world record, I don't know, for the 15th time or whatever, uh, pole vault, right? So these are elite athletes. What is their mindset? Or let's say Sunil Gavaskar. I've heard Gavaskar say this many, many times, that the key is that you forget what happened in the last ball and focus on the next ball. You keep worrying about what happened on the last ball, you'll be worrying about that, and you're likely, the mind is going to be diverted. So you have to put last ball behind you and focus on the next ball. So similarly, something happened in office. Uh, okay, this is how I'm going to deal with it, whatever, and okay, or I will deal with this tomorrow. Forget about it now. Divert your mind and focus on the present, right? So
He should be self-dependent because
uh,
nobody is there for him.
we should be self-dependent. Say what
Yeah,
you said, and what else you said?
just self-dependent.
Right, but there's a limit, right? Everybody has limitations, right? Man is a social animal, right? You need you need to be around people. And different people have different needs, right? In terms of the level, but you need. I mean, you want to be involved with people in different ways, right? So yeah, you should be self-dependent, but everybody has limitations, right? And as we spoke about earlier, I mean, it's good. That is good if he had spoken to Hina about his problem rather than keeping it to himself, right? And as you said, he may have, shared his feelings and felt better, right? So, I mean, these days, many people use uh, chatbots, right? AI chatbots to do this, and I hope none of you are doing that. But that's certainly something that happens today. So, Manisha ma'am, 11:34. What do you want me to do? Carry on a little bit more? Stop here?
So you can complete this paragraph and then we can stop.
Okay, which paragraph?
Which one you were reading? What was the
I'll,
last line?
because I finished the paragraph. I sit there, fists clenched, not moving, even when I hear the sound of the door shutting. I don't go after her. I never felt so low. Okay,
Where?
so
Can you see and let me know
you've
where
gone,
it?
you've gone aage.
Okay.
Uh,
Here?
just go to the
Oh,
next page. Felt so low, right? Got the middle of the left-hand side one, yeah.
okay, so we are going to start from here.
Yeah.
Fine. So, good morning, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to my good school. We are reading Ruskin Bond's book, The Whistling Schoolboy अन्य कहानियां. पढ़ने के पहले मैं एक छोटी सी जानकारी आपसे चाहूंगी. हम लोग आपस में नमस्कार करते हैं, नमस्ते करते हैं, प्रणाम करते हैं. तो तीनों के बीच का डिफरेंस क्या है, कोई बता पाएगा? नमस्कार, नमस्ते, प्रणाम, तो इनके बीच का डिफरेंस कोई बता पाएगा मुझे? कोई भी? तीनों ही ग्रीटिंग फॉर्म्स है। हिंदी में जनरली हम ऐसे ही ग्रीट करते हैं, इंग्लिश में हम टाइम के हिसाब से करते हैं ग्रीट, गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून, गुड इवनिंग, गुड नाइट। कोई बताना चाहेगा? सर आपको क्या लगता है क्या डिफरेंस हो सकता है?
I mean, I've never thought about it. I no idea whatsoever. Uh, I have Googled it though.
आप लोग बताना चाहेंगे कोई भी? इतने सारे बच्चे हैं आज।
Ma'am,
ओके,
I
आस्था।
think the meaning of it is different.
ओके, क्या मीनिंग है बेटा? क्या मीनिंग आपको लगता है? हाँ, आस्था ने हाथ उठाया, आस्था बताना चाहेंगे कुछ?
Yes, ma'am. May I?
या प्लीज।
Good evening and Jai ma'am. According to me, Namaste is a normal greeting, just a normal and casual greeting, whereas Namaskar shows some quite respect towards the person to whom we are greeting, and Pranam is a very deep respect to the elder.
You are somewhat closer. I just want to comprehend or like tell you exactly. Pranam basically we do to somebody who's elder than us. Like for you all, I and sir, हमारी एज आप लोग से काफी ज्यादा है, तो आप हमें प्रणाम करेंगे। एंड नमस्ते एंड नमस्कार इज ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर, थोड़ा बस वर्जन बोलने का अलग अलग है। नमस्ते नमस्कार ये अपने सेम एज ग्रुप को हम विश करते हैं। तो नमस्ते नमस्कार इज फॉर द सेम एज ग्रुप एंड प्रणाम इज टू somebody who is older than you. I believe it is clear.
Yeah, right. And I think Asta touched upon it. Pranam has,
Yes.
because of that, Pranam has a deeper meaning. And that's what I Googled. It says that it's also accompanied by, touching feet of elders, bowing deeply, and, but and I'm reading this and I'm reminded of the principal of Sri Aurobindo, the school in Delhi. I remember shared this many, many years ago and I'd forgotten the meaning of Namaste actually, which is that, what is the meaning of Namaste? Anybody know? So I remember she had said, and that's what saying over here also. Namaste actually means I bow to the divinity in you.
Yes, it is to appreciate that the aura which is coming or the divine power which is there. So it should go ahead and I bow down for that. Okay. So chapter हम पढ़ रहे थे देवदार के घने जंगलों के बीच में एक स्कूल। सो ये कहानी है बच्चों की जो एक गांव में रहते हैं, आपके हिल्स पे हैं। एंड वो बच्चे आपस में खेलते कूदते हैं और वो छोटी सी दुनिया उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी है, आपस में उसमें बहुत खुश होते हैं। चैप्टर शुरू करने के पहले मैं आपको एक पिक्चर दिखाना चाहूंगी और आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी कि आप क्या आपको लग रहा है इस पिक्चर में?
आस्था कुछ कहना चाहती है।
हाँ बेटा, प्लीज गो अहेड।
Ma'am, I would like to share the meaning of Namaste. That is, Namaste is a Sanskrit word. My father told me this, I guess, 2 years ago or sometime, I don't remember. Nama means to give respect to someone, samman dena, or otherwise jhukna, we can say. And te is a Sanskrit word which means tumhe, aapko. So, in conclusion, we can say Namaste leads to झुक कर सम्मान देना अपने सामने वाले पर्सन को जिसे हम ग्रीट कर रहे हैं.
Wonderful, that's very good. So this is also giving you one thought कि किस तरीके से संडे स्कूल में आके हम आपस में एक दूसरे से सब सीखते हैं और सीख करके किस तरीके से उसको हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे अपनी दुनिया में और रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे। तो यहाँ पे ब्राइट फ्यूचर स्कूल दिखाया गया है जो कि एक जंगल में है। बट इसमें स्क्रीन विजिबल?
Yes.
ओके। सो एक स्कूल है यहाँ पे जो कि जंगल में है, बच्चे खेल रहे हैं, कूद रहे हैं, मजे कर रहे हैं, बहुत हरियाली है। दूसरा ये एक स्कूल एक बिल्डिंग में है जहाँ बच्चे इंडोर्स खेल रहे हैं। तो आपको क्या लगता है आपका स्कूल कैसा होना चाहिए? इंडोर्स होना चाहिए कि आउटडोर होना चाहिए? एंड व्हाई? क्यों? व्हाट आर द प्रोज एंड कॉन इन एन इंडोर स्कूल as well as the outdoor?
Are you talking about activities or the school
Overall,
is on the plan?
overall. आपको कैसा लगता है जब आप एक स्कूल में होते हो जो कि खाली बिल्डिंग है, खेलने की जगह नहीं है, एज वेल एज स्कूल जहाँ पे सब कुछ अवेलेबल है? ओवरऑल कैसा लग रहा है?
It should have ground also and the school inside.
ओके,
Ma'am, I
व्हाई?
think both indoor and outdoor should be there.
यस, रीजन?
And because we will be connected with both the type of environments.
ओके,
Indoor environment and
In indoor, if we study, we'll be more concentrated, and if we are studying outside, we like there are different things to see, like birds. We are distracted with them,
ओके। सृष्टि, आप कुछ
and
कहना चाह रहे हैं?
Ma'am, a mix of both indoor and outdoor school will be good because if we will have indoor school, then it will be a protection from weather and it would have a better technology and equipment. And even if we have outdoor school, then we will study from the nature and we will get fresh air and natural sunlight.
वंडरफुल। तलत, आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
ma'am, both because both approach can build strong academic skills and social development.
यस, सोसाइटी से आपको कनेक्ट करता है, एकेडमिक्स भी रहती है। वेरी गुड। पीवाईडीएस, आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
Ma'am, inside, like in a building, student feels like they are in a caged room or not able to grow naturally. So in outside the like outdoor schools, they will able to learn properly or concentrate more.
सर्टेनली। अदिति?
We sh-
Yes,
we
ma'am.
should have
Aditi, you are not audible.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I think outdoor schools are more good because there we can learn about nature, activities, and as well as world around us and whatever is surrounding. And it's more fun and interesting over there. Whereas indoors can be more boring sometimes, but outdoor lets you move, explore, and learn too.
Very good. Soumya and Roshni.
Ma'am, I think leaning towards one side is not good. Like a balance should be maintained. Like while indoors encourages academics and outdoor encourages physical activities, they both are equally necessary for the growth and development of a person. So I think that both should be equally there.
Exactly. So you are actually talking about 360-degree holistic development. Yes, everything is important and should be there. Soumya, you're the last. Soumya, you want to say something? Okay, Roshni.
So, ma'am, I think that according to me, education should not only happen inside the classroom. And I have read somewhere that Rabindranath Tagore also believed that students should be connected with the nature for learning. So,
एग्जैक्टली। सो नेचर होना चाहिए, साथ में सोसाइटी भी होना चाहिए, एंड यस, एजुकेशन तभी पूरी और कंप्लीट मानी जाएगी जब आपके पास मिक्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग, थोड़ा 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 सारी चीजें अवेलेबल है। एंड जैसे आप देखते हैं कि संडे स्कूल में हमारा कोई एग्जाम नहीं होता है, हाँ रिफ्लेक्शन हम जरूर आप लोगों को बोलते हैं लाने के लिए, तो जिससे आपके थॉट्स हमें पता चले, हम ये और दूसरे बच्चे भी आपके थॉट पढ़ के इंस्पायर हो, मोटिवेटेड हो और थोड़ा आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रोत्साहित हो। सो दैट इज वन थिंग। और जैसे कि मैं आपको पिक्चर दिखा रही हूँ, आपको हमारे रिट्रीट के बारे में भी पता होगा। तो इस बार रिट्रीट के लिए हम लोग जयपुर जा रहे हैं 10 से 14 अप्रैल। सो सारी एक्टिविटीज वहां पे होगी। फायदा उसका ये है कि आप बहुत सारे स्कूल के बच्चों से मिल सकते हो, और बहुत सारे स्कूल के बच्चों से मिलने के बाद आपको पता चलेगा कि स्कूल में क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, और उनसे लर्निंग एंड टेक अवे सर्टेनली बहुत ज्यादा होगी। विद दिस आई वुड लाइक टू स्टार्ट माई चैप्टर। सो देवदार के घने जंगल के बीच में स्कूल एक। चूंकि ये कहानी थोड़ी बड़ी थी तो थोड़ा सा पार्ट हमने पिछले हफ्ते पढ़ा था, एंड अब हम और आगे पढ़ेंगे। तो इस चैप्टर में क्या हो रहा है कि बच्चे आपस में खेल रहे कूद रहे, उनके जंगल में एक स्कूल था, वहां जाने में बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लग जाता था, और टाइम के हिसाब से वो जगह नहीं चलती थी। लोग वहां पे, चूंकि थोड़ी स्लो लाइफ होती है गांव में या जंगल वाले एरियाज में, पहाड़ों पे, तो लोग टाइम की जगह सूर्योदय और सूर्यास्त से ही ज्यादा चलते थे। एंड चूंकि वहाँ सनराइज तो जल्दी हो जाता है, बट सनसेट थोड़ा लेट होता है, एंड ठंड और बाकी कारणों के लिए स्कूल भी लेट स्टार्ट होता है, करीब करीब 9 या 10 बजे से ही स्कूल स्टार्ट होता है। तो आफ्टरनून का काफी टाइम भी उसमें निकल जाता है। तो यहाँ पे जो एक बच्चा है, प्रकाश, वो अपने हाथ में घड़ी बांध के रखा होता है हर समय, और उसका सबसे बड़ा पैशन होता है सबको टाइम बताना। तो वो सबको ही टाइम बताता रहता है, और उनके जो टीचर हैं उनको भी वो टाइम बताता है, जो कि श्रीमान मणि है। चैप्टर के लास्ट में श्रीमान मणि को एक तेंदुए ने उठा के ले गया था। कोई बताना चाहेगा तेंदुआ क्या होता है?
मैम लेपर्ड।
एग्जैक्टली। सो एक लेपर्ड श्रीमान मणि को उठा के ले गया, इस तरीके से एक मैसेज आया, चैप्टर वहीं पे खत्म हो गया। अब देखते हैं एक्चुअली में क्या हुआ था, चैप्टर को आगे बढ़ के। सही कहा जाए तो श्रीमान मणि अभी इतने बूढ़े भी नहीं हुए थे। वह लगभग 55 साल के रहे होंगे, और अब जल्द ही सेवानिवृत्त होने वाले थे। लेकिन बच्चों के लिए हर वह व्यक्ति जो 40 से ऊपर हो गया हो, उन्हें वह प्राचीन काल का दिखाई देने लगता है। और श्रीमान मणि अपने युवा अवस्था से ही थोड़े खोए हुए से लगते थे। वह सुबह टहलने के लिए यह कहकर निकलते थे कि वह नाश्ते के लिए और स्कूल जाने के वक्त तक, यानी लगभग 8 बजे तक लौट आएंगे। उनकी शादी नहीं हुई थी, लेकिन उनकी बहन और उनका पति उनके साथ ही रहते थे। जब 9 बज गए और उनकी बहन को लगा कि शायद वह नाश्ता करने के लिए किसी एक पड़ोसी के घर रुक गए हैं, और फिर वहां से स्कूल चले गए होंगे, लेकिन उस समय हलचल शुरू हो गई। जब 10 बजे स्कूल की घंटी बजी और श्रीमान मणि को छोड़कर बाकी सभी लोग उपस्थित पाए गए, वहां पर मौजूद लोगों ने उनके बारे में जानना चाहा, और उनकी गैर मौजूदगी को लेकर कयास लगाए जाने लगे। श्रीमान मणि टाइम के बहुत पर्टिकुलर थे। वो इधर उधर जरूर चले जाते थे नाश्ता करने के लिए, लेकिन वो जब 10 बजे तक भी स्कूल नहीं पहुंच पाए तो लोगों को टेंशन स्टार्ट हो गई। उनको लगा कि हाँ, क्या बात है, क्यों नहीं दिख रहे। किसी ने भी उन्हें वापस आते हुए नहीं देखा था, और गांव में पूछताछ करने से पता चला कि वह किसी के घर पर भी नहीं रुके थे। यकीनन श्रीमान मणि का यूं खो जाना सचमुच एक पहेली थी, और खासतौर पर बिना नाश्ते किए गायब होना और भी अचंभित करता था। तभी एक दूध वाला वहां से गुजरा, जो कि दूसरे गांव से लौट रहा था। उसने बताया कि उसने देवदार के जंगल के किनारे पर एक तेंदुए को चट्टान पर बैठे हुए देखा था। उस दौर में बांध निर्माण होने के कारण विस्थापित हुए तेंदुए और दूसरे जानवरों के द्वारा घाटी में मारे जा रहे मवेशियों की चर्चाएं जोरों पर थी। लेकिन अभी तक किसी ने तेंदुए द्वारा किसी आदमी पर हमला करने की बात नहीं सुनी थी। क्या श्रीमान मणि तेंदुए के पहले शिकार हो सकते थे? इसी बीच किसी को जामुन की झाड़ियों में उलझी हुई एक लाल कपड़े की पट्टी मिली। वह इस पट्टी को लेकर सबको दिखाता हुआ गांव में एक सिरे से दूसरे से सिरे की ओर भागता चला गया। श्रीमान मणि अक्सर लाल रंग का पायजामा पहनने के लिए जाने जाते थे। आ, रामराज मीना, बेटा मैं आपको म्यूट कर रही हूँ, आपकी इधर से थोड़ी नॉइस आ रही है।
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ जी बेटा।
I cannot see the screen now.
बेटा आई एम सो सॉरी एवरीवन, मैं आपको बताना भूल गई। हम ये जो बुक है इसको स्क्रीन पे शेयर नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि इस बुक की सॉफ्ट कॉपी अवेलेबल नहीं है। एंड जैसे कि हमारे स्कूल का मिशन है एंड विजन भी है कि हम क्रेडिट देते हैं राइटर्स को, तो किसी की भी बुक को बिना एक्चुअल अवेलेबिलिटी के दिखाना प्लेजराइज्म बुलाया जाएगा, तो इसलिए हम उसको नहीं दिखाते। तो ये पर्टिकुलर बुक जो हिंदी वाली है हम स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं करते क्योंकि इसकी ऑनलाइन कॉपी अवेलेबल नहीं है। आई एम सो सॉरी फॉर दिस। तो एक तरीके से आप देखो तो आपकी लिसनिंग स्किल्स भी इसमें इंप्रूव होगी क्योंकि स्क्रीन में जो बुक आपको नहीं दिख रही है आप उनको सुनेंगे समझेंगे, और आप चाहो तो एक छोटी छोटी पिक्चर्स भी बना सकते हो, या उस इस बुक में जो आपको वर्ड सुनाई पड़े वो आप उसको लिख सकते हैं, लिख करके अपने रिफ्लेक्शन भी आप हमें भेज पाएंगे। थैंक यू। इस बीच बीना और सोनू व अन्य बच्चे शिक्षकों के पीछे चलते चलते स्कूल के खेल मैदान में पहुंच चुके थे। बीना थोड़ा सहमा महसूस करते हुए प्रकाश को ढूंढने के लिए इधर उधर देखने लगी थी। तभी उसने अपने सामने चश्मा पहने हुए सावली दुबली युवा महिला को पाया। इस महिला की उम्र लगभग 20 के आसपास रही होगी, जो कि एक छात्रा की उम्र से कुछ ज्यादा थी। उसके चेहरे पर दया के भाव थे और वहां जो कुछ भी घटित हो रहा था उसके प्रति वो थोड़ी चिंतित लग रही थी। बीना ने ध्यान से देखा। उसके हाथ बहुत खूबसूरत थे। निश्चित थी इस नई शिक्षिका ने गांव गाय का दूध या खेतों में काम नहीं किया होगा। शिक्षिका बीना को देखकर मुस्कुराई और बोली, तुम यहाँ नई हो? फिर सोनू को देखते हुए उन्होंने कहा, क्या ये तुम्हारा छोटा भाई है? हाँ, हम कोली गांव से आए हैं। हम वहां स्कूल में पढ़ते थे। कोली से इतना लंबा सफर तय किया है। क्या तुमने यहाँ आते हुए कोई तेंदुए तो नहीं देखे? खैर, मैं भी यहाँ पर नई हूँ। क्या तुमने छठी कक्षा में प्रवेश लिया है? जी, सोनू तीसरे में और मैंने कक्षा 6 में दाखिला लिया है। तो मैं तुम्हारी नई शिक्षिका हूँ और मेरा नाम तानिया रमोला है। मेरे साथ आओ, चलकर देखते हैं कि हमें अपनी कक्षा में बैठने की जगह कहाँ मिलेगी। श्रीमान मणि 12 बजे स्कूल पहुंच गए और वहां हंगामा देखकर सोचने लगे कि आखिर ये सब क्या हो रहा था। उन्होंने चिल्लाकर कहा, नहीं, तेंदुए ने उन पर कोई हमला नहीं किया था। और हाँ, उनका पायजामा खो गया था। यदि किसी को मिले तो कृपा करके लौटाने का कष्ट करें। प्रकाश ने जानना चाहा, सर आपने अपना पायजामा कैसे खो दिया? श्रीमान मणि ने झल्लाकर कहा, वे तार पर लटके हुए थे और वहीं से उड़ गए थे। तो यहाँ पे मैं कहना चाहूंगी कि पिछले चैप्टर जो सर पढ़ रहे थे जगदीप सर, उसमें एक वर्ड आया था। तो कोई बताना चाहेगा कि अभी तक जो हमने कहानी पढ़ी वो वर्ड इसमें कैसे फिट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? आयरोनिकली क्या वो वर्ड इसमें फिट होगा? क्योंकि सब सोच रहे थे कि तेंदुआ उनको पकड़ के ले गया, और जबकि क्या हुआ था, वो अपने पायजामे को ढूंढ रहे थे। पायजामे इज द लोअर लोअर पैंट। तो वर्ड, सर आप क्या कहते हैं, वो वर्ड यहाँ पे फिट होगा?
Yeah, I mean, what you assumed is totally contradictory to what happened, right? So,
So it was something very interesting also what has happened, and not
yeah.
only interesting, something जो कोई सोच भी नहीं सकता था। कहाँ तेंदुआ, कहाँ हवा से पायजामा को गायब हो जाना, दोनों ही बहुत ही अलग ही चीजें हैं जो हमारे चेहरों पे मुस्कुराहट भी ला रही है, और हम सोच भी रहे कि बात कहाँ से कहाँ चली जाती है। तो आगे देखते हैं चैप्टर में और क्या क्या नई चीजें हैं। बहुत पूछताछ करने के बाद श्री मणि ने स्वीकार किया कि उनका जहां तक जाने का इरादा था वह उससे कहीं ज्यादा आगे तक चले गए थे, और फिर वापस लौटने के वक्त वह रास्ता भटक गए थे। दरअसल श्रीमान मणि नई शिक्षिका के आने से थोड़ा परेशान हो गए थे, क्योंकि इस नई शिक्षिका, जो कि अभी लड़की ही थी, को छठी कक्षा का प्रभार दे दिया गया था, जबकि उन्हें अभी भी 5वीं कक्षा की ही जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी। इसके साथ ही उस कक्षा में प्रकाश नामक लड़का था, जो उन्हें समय की याद दिलाकर हमेशा परेशान करता रहता था।
मैम,
हेडमास्टर, हाँ जी, कुछ कहना है आपको रामराज?
मेरे को तो वॉशरूम।
यस। बेटा आप लोग को अगर पानी वगैरह पीना है कुछ है तो आप जा सकते हैं, डोंट वरी, और मुझसे पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है। दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज ये हमारी रेगुलर क्लास नहीं है, हमारी ऑनलाइन क्लास है। ओके। हेडमास्टर ने बताया कि चूंकि श्रीमान मणि की इस साल के अंत में सेवा समाप्त होने वाली है, इसलिए स्कूल उन पर सीनियर कक्षा का बोझ नहीं डालना चाहता था। लेकिन श्रीमान मणि इस पूरे मामले को खुद से छुटकारा पाने की साजिश के रूप में देख रहा था। वह जब भी मिस रोमोला के पास से गुजरते तो उन्हें घूर कर देखते थे, और मिस रोमोला उनकी तरफ मुस्कुरा कर देखती तो दूसरी तरफ देखने लग जाते थे। श्रीमान मणि अब और भी ज्यादा गुमसुम रहने लगे थे। वह मोजे के बगैर जूता पहन लेते। वे अपने घर में बनाए हुए वास्केट को उल्टा पहन लेते, लोगों के नाम को मिलाकर बोलते और दूसरे लोगों का दिन एवं रात का भोजन खा लिया करते थे। उनकी बहन ने फ्लू से ग्रसित पोस्टमास्टर के लिए बकरे के पाए बनाने थे, और श्रीमान मणि से उन्होंने उसे एक थर्मस में रखकर उनके पास पहुंचाने के लिए कहा। पर जब पोस्टमास्टर ने थर्मस को खोला तो उन्हें पाए की चंद बूंदें ही मिल सकी। दरअसल श्रीमान मणि ने रास्ते में ही कई सारा पाए का शोरबा चट कर दिया था। तो क्या आप लोगों के साथ कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि किसी टेंशन में या किसी बात से आप प्रभावित हुए हैं, उसके कारण आप करना कुछ चाहते हैं, एक्चुअली कुछ और हो रहा था, और आप स्ट्रेस ईटिंग करना शुरू कर दिए थे, जैसे कि इस चैप्टर में बोला गया है कि इतना ज्यादा वो परेशान हो गए कि वो सब कुछ भूलने लगे और सबका खाना ही वो खा लिया करते थे। तो ऐसा आप लोग के भी साथ हुआ है कभी, या कोई स्ट्रेस ईटिंग करता है? होता है कि ऐसा आप लोग के साथ कभी? सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
नहीं नहीं, ये होता है। आई मीन, होता है। वेरी, बहुत मतलब कॉमन चीज है। होता है। यू
तो
हैव टू
सर
बी
स्ट्रेस
वेरी
ईटिंग का
केयरफुल।
फायदा नुकसान क्या है?
नहीं, ओवर ईटिंग का तो नुकसान नुकसान ही नुकसान है। तो अगर ओवर ईटिंग है तो नुकसान है। आप बेसिकली आप दिमाग को किसी और तरफ लगा रहे हो, पर अच्छी चीजें आप खा रहे हो तो मतलब आपको लगता है कि सही चीज कर रहे हो, बट एक्चुअली इसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस तो ठीक नहीं होते ना। मेनी पीपल पुट ऑन वेट, इसी वजह से वेट पुट ऑन कर लेते हैं कि वो स्ट्रेस ईटिंग कर रहे हैं। हैव टू बी वेरी कॉन्शियस ऑफ
तो
ऑफ
स्ट्रेस
दिस
ईटिंग
थिंग।
में ज्यादातर हम हाई कैलोरी की चीज या जो भी इजीली अवेलेबल है वो लेते हैं, लेके खाते हैं, जिसके कारण नेचुरली वेट भी बढ़ता है एंड हेल्थ इश्यूज भी होते हैं। तो कभी भी आपका ऐसा मन करे तो प्लीज मत करिए, अपने आप को डाइवर्ट करिए, एंड बेस्ट है अपने आप को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए नेचर के पास जाइए या फिर कुछ लिखना स्टार्ट कर दीजिए। जो भी चीज आपको परेशान कर रही है, अगर आप उसको एक डायरी में नोट करें, उसको लिखना चाहें, तो बहुत इजी हो जाती है चीजें समझना, और बाद में आप जाके बात करिए वन टू वन, जिसके कारण आपको लग रहा है कि आप परेशान हो रहे हैं। अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आप किसी पर्सन के कारण परेशान हो रहे हैं, तो उससे बात करना इज अ बेटर सोल्यूशन इंस्टेड ऑफ गेटिंग स्ट्रेस्ड एंड ओवर ईटिंग। आगे चैप्टर बढ़ाते हैं। जब कभी श्रीमान मणि अपने सेवानिवृत्त के बारे में कुछ कहते तो उनके पीछे उनका उद्देश्य उस छोटी सी जमीन के संदर्भ में अपनी योजनाओं को वर्णन करने का मकसद होता था, जो कि उनके ठीक घर के पीछे थी और जिनके वो खुद मालिक थे। उन्हें वह जमीन आलू से भरी हुई थी, जिसमें कोई ज्यादा देखभाल की जरूरत नहीं थी। लेकिन आगे उनकी योजना उस जमीन पर डहलिया, गुलाब, बीन्स और अन्य फूल और फल उगाने की थी। अगली बार जब उन्होंने टिहरी का दौर किया था, उन्होंने खुद से डहलिया के पौधे और गुलाब की कलमें खरीदने का वादा किया। मॉनसून का मौसम उन्हें लगाने और रखने के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा समय होगा, और इस दौरान उनके आलू फल फूल रहे होंगे। बीना को नए स्कूल का पहला दिन बहुत अच्छा लगा। क्लास के दूसरे सभी लड़के और लड़कियों की तरह उसने भी मिस रमोला के साथ अपने आप को सहज महसूस किया। तानिया, रमोला दिल्ली और मुंबई जैसे दूर दराज के शहरों में जा चुकी थी। यह वह शहर था जिनके बारे में इन बच्चों ने केवल पढ़ा ही था। जैसे कि हम सब जानते हैं कि गांव के स्कूल या फिर पहाड़ी के स्कूल के बच्चे प्लेन्स पे बहुत ही कम आते हैं एंड मौका उन्हें बहुत ही कम मिलता है बड़े शहरों या टीयर वन सिटीज में जाने का। तो ये भी बच्चे वैसे ही थे कि आसपास के जो बड़े शहर या छोटे शहर है वहां पे कभी गए ही नहीं थे, तो उन्हें पता भी नहीं था कि दुनिया कैसी है उनके अपने गांव के बाहर। और ऐसा भी कहा जाता था कि उनका एक भाई था जो कि पायलट था और वह पूरी दुनिया में विमान उड़ाता था। शायद वह किसी दिन नौटी के ऊपर से भी उड़ान भरेगा। वैसे ज्यादा बच्चों ने हवाई जहाज आकाश में उड़ते हुए देखा था, लेकिन किसी ने भी पानी का जहाज नहीं देखा था। और कुछ ही बच्चे ऐसे थे जो ट्रेन में सवार हुए थे। टिहरी का पहाड़ रेलगाड़ी के स्टेशन से काफी दूर था और समुद्र में तो कई 100 मील दूर था। लेकिन हाँ, उन सभी को बांध परियोजना के बारे में पता था, जिसका काम उनके गांव से बस 40 मील दूरी पर चल रहा था। धीरे धीरे अन्य सभी बच्चे अपने अलग अलग दिशाओं की ओर रवाना हो गए, लेकिन बीना I request everyone not to speak whenever you want to after raising your hand and don't mute yourself. Actually, mute everyone yourself and don't unmute. When it's required, please raise your hand and then unmute. धीरे धीरे अन्य सभी बच्चे अपने अलग अलग दिशाओं की ओर रवाना हो गए, लेकिन बीना, सोनू और प्रकाश घर तक पूरे रास्ते में एक साथ रहे। एक बार जब उन्होंने नदी को पार कर लिया तो वे सब अपने खुद के मालिक बन गए। गांव वापस जाते वक्त ही रास्ता तीखी चढ़ाई का था, जिसे उन्हें चढ़कर अपने घर पहुंचना था। प्रकाश के पास कुछ मूंगफली थी, जिसे उसने बीना और सोनू के साथ बांट कर खाया और फिर एक छोटे से झरने के बहते पानी से उन्होंने अपनी प्यास बुझाई। जब घर की दूरी लगभग 1 मील रही होगी, तभी उनकी मुलाकात एक डाकिये से हुई जो गांव में डाक बांटकर लौटी वापस जा रहा था। उसने उन सभी से कहा, रास्ते पर वक्त बर्बाद मत करो, अंधेरा होने से पहले घर पहुंचने की कोशिश करो। तो डाकिया जब सबको ये कह रहा था कि टाइम मत वेस्ट करो और अपने घर जाओ, तो वो कहना क्या चाहता था इस संदर्भ में? क्या आपको लगता है कि अंधेरा होने के पहले घर जाना चाहिए?
मैम, यस,
Yes, ma'am.
किस लिए? वाई?
because at night these strangers are there and like the show like chores are there.
Okay. So thief may be there, they may be strangers who may hurt you. But गांव में क्या हो सकता है? क्योंकि ये तो विलेज का स्कूल है और पहाड़ भी है वहां पे।
Snakes,
हम्म। Can you repeat? What did you say?
snakes,
अच्छा, स्नेक्स कैन बी देयर। और क्या हो सकता है? चैप्टर के बिगनिंग में क्या हुआ था? सब क्यों परेशान हो गए थे अपने टीचर?
There could be animals like leopard.
यस, तो एनिमल्स, स्नेक्स, बहुत चीजें हो सकती हैं। और रात में फिसलने का भी डर होता है, क्योंकि ये बच्चे जानते हैं उस रास्ते को, पर कभी भी लैंडस्लाइड भी हो सकती है या फिर आपका पैर फिसल भी सकता है पहाड़ी से, तो और भी डेंजरस हो सकता है। इसलिए अंधेरा होने के पहले घर पहुंचना इन बच्चों के लिए बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी था। अपने घड़ी पर नजर गड़ाकर प्रकाश ने पूछा, किस बात की इतनी जल्दी है? अभी तो मात्र 5 बज रहे हैं। उसने कहा, एक तो तेंदुआ घूम रहा है, मैंने आज सुबह झरने के पास ही उसे देखा था। किसी को भी नहीं पता है कि वो यहाँ कैसे आ गया, इसलिए कोई खतरा मोल मत लो, जल्दी से जल्दी अपने घर पहुंचो। सोनू बोला, तो वाकई तेंदुआ है। उन्होंने उस डाकिये की सलाह मानी और फिर तेज कदमों से घर की तरफ बढ़ने लगे। और इसी बीच सोनू अपने पैर में हो रहे दर्द के बारे में बताना भूल गया। वे सभी सूरज के डूबने से पहले अपने घर में थे। घर में खाना बनने की महक और आ रही थी और उन्हें भूख भी बहुत जोरों की लगी थी। गोभी की सब्जी और रोटी, प्रकाश ने उदास होकर कहा। लेकिन अगले ही पल वह बोल उठा, आज तो मैं कुछ भी खाने को तैयार हूं। तो पहले तो बच्चा उदास हो गया, उसके बाद वो बोला मैं कुछ भी खा सकता हूँ। तो इस तरीके से क्यों बोला उसने? आप लोग को पसंद है किसी को गोभी की सब्जी? तो बच्चे ने क्यों बोला कि गोभी की सब्जी? पहले उदास हो गया और फिर वो खुश होकर के बोला कि ठीक है अब तो मैं खा भी लूंगा इसको। ऐसा क्यों हुआ? दो अलग अलग तरीके की बातें।
मैम क्योंकि वो बहुत ज्यादा थक गया था तो उसे कुछ खाने के लिए चाहिए था इसलिए।
यस, गोभी उसे शायद पसंद नहीं थी, पर बहुत भूखा होने के कारण उसे लगा कि चलो जो भी है मैं खा लेता हूँ। वह अपने छोटे से घर के बाहर रुका, जिसकी छत खपरेल से बनी हुई थी, और बीना और सोनू के हाथ हिलाकर उसे अलविदा कहा। फिर जाते हुए खेतों से होकर उस वक्त तक चलते रहे जब तक कि वे अपने छोटे से पत्थर के बने घर तक नहीं पहुंच गए। सामने के दरवाजे के ठीक बाहर सूंघते हुए सोनू ने कहा, टमाटर का भरवा और नींबू का अचार। बीना ने जोड़ते हुए कहा, यही वही आचार है जिसके लिए बीना ने 1 महीने पहले ही नींबू को काटने, धूप दिखाने और नमक डालने में मदद की थी। उसकी माँ चूल्हे को जला रही थी। वे अपनी माँ से बड़े प्यार से गले लगे और उनका स्वागत किया। साथ ही तुरंत वे खाना मांगने लगे। उनकी माँ काफी अच्छी रसोइया थी और साधारण खाने को भी स्वादिष्ट बना देती थी। उनकी एक मनपसंद कथनी थी जो वह अक्सर कहा करती थी, घर के बने खाने, घर के बने पाए दिल्ली के चिकन सूप से बेहतर कहीं ज्यादा उम्दे होते हैं। और बीना और सोनू को उनकी इस बात से सहमत होना पड़ता था। अभी बिजली गांव में नहीं पहुंची थी और इसलिए उन्होंने अपना खाना दिए की रोशनी में ही खाया। खाना खाने के बाद सोनू स्कूल से मिले गृह कार्य को करने लगा, जबकि बीना टिमटिमाते तारों को निहारने के लिए बाहर चली गई। खेत के पास कोई बांसुरी बजा रहा था। बीना ने सोचा कि शायद वह प्रकाश होगा। अक्सर उसका वादन बुलंद आवाज पर बिखर जाता था, लेकिन अभी बांसुरी का संगीत सरल और मोहने वाला था, और बीना अंधेरे में उस संगीत में खोकर गीत गुनगुनाने लगी। यहाँ पे चैप्टर 3 खत्म होता है। चैप्टर 4 काफी बड़ा है और मैं नहीं चाहती कि बीच में इस चैप्टर को रोका जाए, तो चैप्टर 4 हम नेक्स्ट वीक पढ़ेंगे। आप लोग को कुछ पूछना है या कुछ बताना है अपने स्कूल के बारे में, तो यू ऑल आर मोस्ट वेलकम राइट नाउ।
मनीषा मैम, मेरे को लग रहा है कि काफी बच्चे नए हैं, तो हम उनको माय गुड स्कूल के बारे में बता सकते हैं।
ओके सर। जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं, माई गुड स्कूल में हम 2 बुक्स पढ़ते हैं, एक इंग्लिश की एक हिंदी की। हम ऑल्टरनेट लेते हैं। हिंदी की जो बुक है ये हम सेम बुक पढ़ते हैं। इंग्लिश में हम 2 अलग अलग किताबें पढ़ते हैं। एक चुटकी सर ने जो पढ़ी, व्हाट
व्हाट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर इज इन
व्हाट
द
यू आर लुकिंग
लाइब्रेरी,
फॉर
आज
इज इन
पढ़
द
रहा हूँ।
लाइब्रेरी। और वृंदा मैम है जो पिछले हफ्ते पढ़ी थी, माय फैमिली एंड अदर एनिमल्स। तो ये 2 किताबें हम साइमल्टेनियसली पढ़ रहे हैं। वंस अ मंथ हमारा यस प्रोग्राम होता है, जिसका मतलब है यूथ एंगेजिंग सोसाइटी, YES। उसमें कार्तिक सर आते हैं, चूंकि आप लोगों ने आज ही रिफ्लेक्शन में पढ़ा कि किस तरीके से वे कम्युनिकेशन के बारे में बता रहे हैं। तो सर कम्युनिकेशन के बारे में बताते हैं, कभी वो बॉडी लैंग्वेज के बारे में बता रहे होते हैं, कभी लिसनिंग स्किल्स के इंपॉर्टेंस बताते हैं, कभी राइटिंग स्किल्स के इंपॉर्टेंस बताते हैं। सर का सेशन 29 ऑफ दिस मंथ है, मार्च में। वंस अ मंथ होता है उनका सेशन, और अप्रैल में उनका सेशन होगा 12 ऑफ अप्रैल। सो इसमें आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप लोग आइए और समझिए और सीखिए कम्युनिकेशन में क्या आप नया कर सकते हैं, किस तरीके से आपकी जानकारी और ज्यादा बढ़ेगी और आपकी आगे बढ़ेगी। और हम 3 आवर्स में बिलीव करते हैं, रीडिंग, रिफ्लेक्शन एंड मेंटेनिंग रिलेशनशिप, बिल्डिंग रिलेशनशिप। रीडिंग हम कर रहे हैं। रीड करके आप लोग आपको क्या करना है कि जो भी आपको इसमें अच्छा लगा हमारे रीडिंग में या आपस में बातचीत में, उसके बारे में आप कोई ना कोई टॉपिक लेकर के आप लिख सकते हैं। हम आपको कोई टॉपिक नहीं देते हैं, आप अपने हिसाब से लिख सकते हैं, और उसको हम रिफ्लेक्शन बोलते हैं। आपके रिफ्लेक्शंस जब आपके टीचर्स मुझे भेजते हैं तो इस तरीके से हम पब्लिश करते हैं, जो कि आप स्क्रीन में भी देख सकते हैं, जो कि सर कर रहे हैं। और जब हम आपस में बात करते हैं तो हम कई सारी नई चीजें भी सीखते हैं। सो इस तरीके से हम माई गुड स्कूल, जो कि संडे 10:30 को स्टार्ट होता है, उसमें हम ये चीजें करते हैं। और कुछ प्रश्न अगर आप लोग के हैं जो आप चाहते हैं हमसे कुछ पूछना, तो हम आपको उसके लिए इनवाइट करते हैं, एंड आप प्लीज आप हमसे प्रश्न पूछने के लिए आगे आइए।
जी, मनीषा मैम का ईमेल यहाँ पे है रिफ्लेक्शन भेजने के लिए, स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है।
यस, मेरा ईमेल आईडी है, तो आप लोग के जो टीचर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर है उनके पास भी है, आपके स्कूल में सबके पास है, तो आप उनको उनसे आप ले सकते हैं। ये मैंने
क्वेश्चन,
आपको
कोई
भेज भी
सवाल?
दिया है, मेरा ईमेल आईडी और मेरा व्हाट्सएप। तो आप चाहें तो इसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेकर के अपने पास सेव भी कर सकते हैं। आप व्हाट्सएप पे भी भेज सकते हैं मुझे अपना राइट अप, अपना रिफ्लेक्शन। जरूरी नहीं जो आपने सीखा यहाँ पे या आपको जो समझ में आया चैप्टर में वही लिखना, आप अपने मन से भी कुछ लिख सकते हैं। अगर आपने कोई बुक रिव्यू करी है, कोई बुक पढ़ी है, उसकी कोई अच्छी बात है, आप हमसे साझा करना चाहते हैं, आप चाहते हैं हमें बताना, तब वो भी हमें बता सकते हैं। आप अपनी
के
कोई ड्राइंग भी हमें भेज सकते हैं, आप किसी का इंटरव्यू लेकर भी हमें भेज सकते हैं। आप चाहो तो अपने आपस में सब फ्रेंड्स मिलके रोल प्ले करके वो भी भेज सकते हैं। उसको हम यूट्यूब में आपका रोल प्ले भी आगे भेजेंगे, आप खुद भी देख के उन्हें खुश होंगे और बाकी लोग को भी दिखा सकते हैं। सो ये एक इसका फायदा है रिफ्लेक्शंस का, क्योंकि एक बार ये पब्लिश हो गया तो ये हमेशा रहेगा, और आप अपने फ्रेंड्स, अपने फैमिली, अपने टीचर सबके साथ इसको शेयर कर सकते हैं। सो ये इसका एक फायदा है। एनी क्वेश्चंस?
थैंक यू मनीषा मैम। That
जुगजीत सर, आप कुछ
summarized it
बताना
well.
चाहेंगे?
नहीं जी, that summarized it well. Basically, I आजकल पढ़ने किताबें पढ़ने का जो जो आदत है वो छूट छूट रही है लोगों की, इसलिए हम चाहते हैं कि लोग पढ़ें। पढ़ने से काफी फायदे होते हैं, इसलिए हम चाहते हैं कि लोग पढ़ें। जैसे आपने आज आज ही देखा, आप किसी के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, आप उस कहानी में घुस रहे हैं, आप उसके उनके बारे में सोच रहे हैं, आप देख रहे हैं वो क्या कर रहे हैं। आप अलग अलग जगह में पहुंचते हैं। अभी एक हम किताब पढ़ेंगे, भैरवी जानी की किताब है, और तो इंडिया के अलग अलग जगह में जा रही है। एक हमने किताब पढ़ी थी, टोटो चैन, वो जापानीज स्कूल गर्ल की थी। हमने बहुत अलग अलग किस्म की किताबें पढ़ी हैं, और आइडिया है कि अलग अलग चीजें पढ़ें और सीखें, और किताबों से सीखें और एक दूसरे से भी सीखें। यही मकसद है हमारा।
सर्टेनली, क्योंकि आज ही हमने देखा कि जब हम चैप्टर्स पढ़ रहे थे तो कहीं ना कहीं हम उसको देख भी पा रहे थे उस चैप्टर को अपने सामने। हम सोच रहे थे उनके बारे में, तो वो पिक्चर वे में भी हमें दिखाई पड़ रहा था। तो यस, रीडिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट, बिकॉज उससे हमें नई चीजें समझ में आती है। नई, और रोज स्कूल का होमवर्क और क्लास वर्क इतना ज्यादा हो जाता है कि हमें टाइम ही नहीं मिलता है किताब पढ़ने का। तो संडे स्कूल इज द बेस्ट प्लेस जहाँ पे आप आ सकते हैं, रीडिंग कर सकते हैं। दूसरा हमारा रिट्रीट है अप्रैल में, अभी बताया मैंने आपको, 10 से 14 तक। तो वहां पे हम बहुत सारे स्कूल आपस में मिलते हैं, सुनते हैं, एक्टिविटीज बहुत सारी करते हैं और खुश होते हैं। तो खुशियां बटोरना और रीडिंग करना, ये हमारी फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस है। तो खुश, अभी आगे आने वाले पूरे हफ्ते हम खुशियां, आप हमें जो भेजेंगे रिफ्लेक्शन वो हमारे लिए खुशियां होंगी, और हम उनसे पब्लिश करेंगे वो आपके लिए खुशियां होंगी। तो खुशियां बटोरिए, बांटिए और हमारे साथ रहिए। थैंक you so much for joining today,
थैंक
and
यू।
wishing
जय
everyone a
हिंद।
very happy week ahead. So thank you for today.
जय हिंद।
Jai Hind.
Thank
Bye. Take care.
Thanks, sir.
Jai Hind.